Hey everyone, welcome to Scene Saturdays. This is DeAndre Hardy of the Scene Society, where we amplify experiences of people with chronic invisible illnesses to create capacity for authentic and inclusive leadership. And we're trying something different this time. So instead of going live, I am doing recorded sessions with our guests so that we could just have a seamless process and everyone can be a part of the conversation when we post it. So if you're watching this, thank you for watching and joining us. And for the rest of this year, I know I announced starting in Women's History Month, meaning I and the Scene Society, started amplifying voices of women who have built their own tables to empower and advocate for others. And so I am having conversations with dynamic women who are doing great work and work that is building inclusivity, whether it's in the workplace or in advocating for healthcare equity. And so I am joined by LaTesha Thompson, who is my sister, someone I met. There are certain people you just meet and you just connect with off the gate.
Absolutely.
And that was us. Met through being a part of Color of Gastrointestinal Illnesses, which is a nonprofit designed to advocate for BIPOC people with gastrointestinal illnesses and also increase health equity in research and in other areas and access to healthcare. And so I met her through that organization and we've just hit it off. We're both ostomates and we are both people who want to continue to build inclusivity and access for others. And so, LaTesha, thank you for being with me today. And can you just tell the people who you are and say, hey, before we jump into it?
Absolutely. First of all, DeAndre, thank you for having me. I know that we speak often and candidly off the camera, but getting us behind the camera together is just amazing. So thank you for having me. And a little bit about me. I grew up with Crohn's disease. I've had Crohn's disease almost my whole entire life. The same about having the ostomy. It's been a good 30 years of me dealing with this. So having Crohn's disease, being diagnosed at a very young age, growing up through school, and then having an ostomy, also at a fairly good young age, and then also growing up with that. And it's an illeostomy. So if who all don't know what that is, my entire colon is gone. So I only have just small intestines, which connects to the ostomy bag that sits on outside of my stomach, and that's where my waste goes. So that is a little bit about an ileostomy. So I grew up with both of these things, and dealing with this at a fairly young age. It was, of course, not the best experience, but as I grew and I learned and I started navigating my own path and, learning more about what I needed to, go on and be successful and have a better quality of life. Those things had led me to the great things that is experiencing at this moment. As you said, we are both COGI ambassadors, which is Color of Gastrointestinal Illnesses. We are both ambassadors for that wonderful organization. I run Ostochat, which is a virtual ostomy support group. I'm the moderator, the creator. That is also ran through COGI. And I am also working on something very great where ostomy supplies are being delivered to the ostomates in need. So not too much about that because it's still in the works, it's still in the infancy, but we are doing very, very big things behind the scenes with getting those supplies to people at this moment. So and I won Ambassador of the Year 2023 for COGI, which was a surprise to me. So doing all these things for my community, being immersed into my community is just something that I've always longed for. And the moment is here, and I'm taking advantage of every opportunity that God puts in front of me.
Thank you. Thank you for your advocacy. Thank you for your sisterhood. Thank you for all of the things that you are doing because it's much needed. And as someone who I think about when I received my ostomy in 2013, my ileostomy in 2013, I needed all of the things that you're working on and all of the things that Koji is doing. And so it took me a long time to be able to get to a point where I could talk about this out loud. And when Koji started, and then me finding Koji last year, has been amazing for me. And so this conversation is focused on building community and the importance of community when you have a chronic illness. And for those of you who are watching this, April is Minority Health Awareness Month and also Stress Awareness Month. And I think managing a chronic illness, being in a marginalized or from a minoritized identity, and then also thinking about how that intersects with stress, it's automatically stressful when you think
Yeah,
about managing all of that. And
absolutely.
so when I thought about what conversation I wanted to have, I said, well, none other than the work that I want to lift up, the work that you're doing and the work that Koji's doing, but also just talk about how valuable community has been in learning about how to manage illness, chronic illness better, and learning about finding balance, and in learning about advocacy and getting more resources that are out there. Because again, I've had an ileostomy since 2013, but there were some things that in talking to you and in talking to other people through the group that I learned that has helped me manage my skin better, that has helped me manage my health better. And so tell me about just like the importance of community with managing your health, and what are some of like biggest lessons you learned about from your community?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And just to be clear, when we mention community, we're not basically speaking of the community that we live in. We're basically speaking about the community of individuals that look like us, going through the same thing as us, navigating the same paths that we navigate. So everyone has a community of whatever that looks like for that individual. For this sake, we are talking about people with autoimmune diseases such as Crohn's, colitis, gastrointestinal illnesses, and also ileostomies, colostomies, urostomies. Those are our community of people that we turn to. So just like DeAndre said, she has learned so much from me and other members of our community. I've also learned a lot from community members that has shaped me and taught me some things. Even with having an ileostomy for 30 years, I'm still learning every single day. But that community is a whole like sense of like togetherness. So at a shadow of a doubt, you can call someone, you're having an issue, you can be there. That person can be there, whether virtually, in person, over the phone. Those things are very important because we always feel like we are the only ones going through these things, and we always feel like it's only happening to us and no one else, when in reality things are happening to other people every single day. It's just not put out on the forefront. So that's why telling your story, social media is such a gift in that way, to where we can connect to other people all around the world that are dealing with the same things that we are dealing with. And this is why I created Ostochat, because we are ostomists together talking about these things. And you would not believe how many people on our chat is going through the exact same thing. And that is a form of self-therapy and helping. Like, we are helping so many people. So I'm trying to reach as many people as I possibly can. Dealing with an ostomy every single day is just another ball field. Yes, I have Crohn's disease, but I don't have a flare of Crohn's disease every single day, but I do live with my ostomy every single day. So that is just a whole nother set of challenges that my community can come in and help me with as well. They've dealt with things that I've never even heard of, and I've dealt with things that they may not have heard of. So that support is like dynamic and very, very important.
Yes, I love the space as being a part of it, and then thinking through like what are the conversations that we want to have in this space, and what are some of the issues that people are dealing with. And I know when it comes to minority health, a lot of times we are misdiagnosed, underdiagnosed, and then by the time that people get diagnosed, we are have a severity of disease, whether it's Crohn's disease, other gastrointestinal illnesses, colon cancer, other types of cancers. We're just usually, by the time we're correctly diagnosed, we are at a severe, high, urgent level of disease that probably could have been prevented had we had an accurate diagnosis before then. So can you talk to me about how, to you, our community as we define it help each other with advocacy and with asking questions and pushing to take care of yourself. And I can tell my personal story with Koji and those reminders, but I just wanted to hear from you, like how that dynamic has played out with you.
Oh yeah, just not being afraid to contact one of the community members if you need that community member, forming that bond and forming that conversation, that community, and leaning on someone, because no one wants to suffer. We don't want no one to suffer alone. This is what Color of Gastrointestinal Illnesses is about. This is what the ambassador program about. This is what the community members are about, because we don't want you suffering alone. We all think we are suffering alone when we are really not. And then we still hardly don't tell anyone when we're having a bad day or feeling sick, because we don't want to burden anyone or feel like this is a soapbox or something like that. It's never like that, because you never know. Somebody could just be in your area and could just come to your house and just sit with you, not even say a word, and that's a form of support. So just don't be afraid to lean on the next person. My husband tell me all the time, he don't care how many times I say it, just say it. Like if you're having a bad day, just say it. It's not burdening me. I just want to know how I can support you. And he's such a great support, and your community members are such a great support too. You have to trust them and lean out and reach out to them.
Yes, and what I had to do is learn to fight the feeling of isolation. I talk about this a lot in all of my different conversations, because what we talk about when we're relating to our health, just as women, also plays out in our family dynamics sometimes, and it can also play out in our workspace, in our career, in our business. And it's not wanting to reach out for help or leaning towards, if you're just someone who naturally tends to isolate when you're stressed, and how bad that is for stress management in general. And so what I've learned from Koji is to lean on the community, that there are people who like just see us online and reach out, and then boom, they're automatically a part of the community. But if we sit in isolation, then no one knows you're going through that. And there are people waiting to support you, whether you're watching this, whether you have a GI or a gastrointestinal illness or not. If whatever other illness there is, there may be people waiting to support you, but we have to take the first step to go out and say, I need this community and this community needs me.
Absolutely.
Yes. So in the next few minutes, because I know we're doing a quick chat today. So in our next few minutes, what can you tell more about what you're doing with Ostochat? Talk about what we have coming up, and then also any other advocacy you want to share as far as ostomy and ostomy access is concerned.
Absolutely. So the next few weeks to months, we are extremely busy on my end. Ostochat, which is our my virtual support group meeting, ran through Koji. We're meeting Monday, May 6th, 7 o'clock. We're having a guest speaker, Yolanda Harris, and she's going to be talking about relationships and intimacy with an ostomy, sharing her story. We're going to have an open forum where we can go back and forth to dialogue. We would love as many people as possible to come and join us on May 6th, 7 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time. This morning, I had the pleasure of shipping out some ostomy supplies to ostomists that are in need. I'm in the process of starting a nonprofit organization that will coordinate the ins and outs of the supplies for ostomists and provide a lot of educational resources on ostomies, and also try to help with some copay assistance because the insurance companies are giving high deductibles, high copays. And sometimes we just can't help it. Those are the plans that we are picking because that's what's available. But if we can get like a little bit of financial assistance to alleviate some of that burden, that would be great. So that is also what is in the works for ostomists coming down that pipeline. I'm supporting major things as well, like the Scene Society. I support DeAndre as much as possible. And I also want to thank her. She has been hosting Ostochat in my absence due to some personal reasons, and she's been doing amazing, and I love that so much. So we're partnering up with that. I can't just like kick her to the curb because she's amazing.
You're stuck with me.
I'm also going to be supporting my good sis Angie Davenport. She also has a nonprofit, Bless with the Bag. With she's going to be doing a lot of things with ostomy awareness in October. She has a whole weekend planned and filled if you want more information about that. We love donations, participation, volunteers, whoever wants to help. That will be in Ohio. So just to let you all know, it is located in Ohio. My friend Keela, she also has an organization, Connected in Pieces, where she has founded that, where we are also collaborating, see what we can bring our forces together to do and to help more ostomists of the community. And last but not least, I am providing support to ostomists before and after ostomy surgery, because the support just that need doesn't stop once you get surgery, and it has to start before surgery, so we can understand that dynamic, get those educational resources, get that understanding, work out a plan for great quality of life after surgery. You will be surprised the need for that type of support, because it's it can leave depression and stress and all this stuff going and navigating through things like this. Even when you have family, you do feel like you're alone because no one can relate to what you're about to go through, and it's life-changing. But it's life-changing in a positive way, because I know my ostomy surgery has led me to many great things that I'm doing today that I wouldn't be able to do without it. As a matter of fact, without this illeostomy, I would not even be sitting here. I would be dead.
Yeah.
So those are all the great things that's coming up. Any more information, I am happy to share, give you more details about each and everything that I mentioned. All you have to do is just reach out.
Yes. So if you're watching this and when you see this clip, we would love to have you at Ostochat if you are an ostomate or someone who is dealing with ostomy in any type of way. We would love to have you on the chat. You do not have to be a member of Koji to join the Ostochat, but there is a link that you need to fill out so we can make sure that your identity and everything is safely and secured. But we would love to have you there. We're going to have a great conversation. And LaTesha, thank you for your advocacy. Thank you for all the work you're doing. Can you please tell people where to find you? So your Instagram handle, can people send you a message? Can they go to your website? Just let us know where we can find you so that we can keep doing this amazing work.
Yes, I have all things. Instagram is the best way to reach me. That's Queenin with Crohn's, QUEENING with Crohn's. Send me a quick DM. My personal website is LaTeshaHT.com. Very easy. Made it just so good. You can spell my name just how you see it at the bottom of the screen. HT.com is my website. There's a form where you can send me a message. And then I can reach out back to you. But those are the best two ways to reach me right at this moment. Instagram, I'm on there all day. I get messages all day. So please reach out. If you need any ostomy supplies, reach out. If you know someone who needs ostomy supplies, reach out. If you want to donate ostomy supplies, reach out. I'm saying reach out.
Yes. Thank you for all of your work. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. And we just appreciate how you're showing up. I appreciate your advocacy. And I know that as we continue to build community and talk about the importance of community, that so many other people will be blessed by your work. So thank you and enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.